Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Coffee Mug Podcast. Oh my god, I can't believe that the first episode of Coffee Mug Podcast is finally here. I'm so happy. I'm gonna cry. Okay, I'm sorry. I procrastinated making my own podcast channel, recording the first episode of podcast and editing and stuff like that. I was too lazy to get everything done at that time. Anyway, now I'm so happy because finally the first episode of Coffee Bar Podcast is already here. Okay, so before we're gonna dig deep into the topic of the first episode of Coffee Bar Podcast today, I can't believe if anyone's listening to Coffee Bar Podcast right now. I just want to send a huge thank you to all of my lovely and endearing audience who's listening to Coffee Mug Podcast now. I'm gonna be listening in the near future. But in case you don't know me, of course you don't know me, right? It's just the first episode of Coffee Mug Podcast. So my name is Lauren Dang. I'm the host of Coffee Mug Podcast, a 21 years old Vietnamese uni student. Actually, Lauren is not my actual name. It's just my English name. My actual name is Đặng Thị Thu Thủy. Yeah, it's my full name. So, Thủy, which basically means water, is my real name in Vietnamese. By the way, my grandpa gave me that name when I was born, and I love that name. Okay, I'm gonna start out with a little life update. So, being a Vietnamese uni student, I already finished my summer holiday, staying at home, being with my family and my friends at my hometown and doing nothing. It's a little bit sad because now I had to get back to school, get back to Greenstone, and start my last year at university. It's a bit excited. I mean, time flies. Now it's already the second week since we started going back to school, and for me, the last year at uni is really important for me and of course for other students before graduating because we have a lot of stuff to take care of, including graduation stuff, internship, what should I do after graduating, and stuff like that. Oh my god, that's so stressful. Anyway, starting the last year at uni is a bit exciting for me because actually I had suffered from a hard time before the summer came. I mean, I went through a lot of stuff, including stressful exams, mental breakdown. I got trouble with my relationship as well, but I got everything done. Like, I fixed up everything. And I just want to let you know that in every episode of Coffee Mug Podcast, I upload on Monday in every week. I'm going to try to put down 3 things that I'm grateful after a week, a month, or even a year. Okay, so because I think writing down 3 things that we're grateful for is the best way for us to reflect on things that we have done in the past to come with the better solutions to increase ourselves and live our life to the fullest. But in the first episode of Coffee Mug Podcast today, I just want to write down one thing that I'm really grateful for recently, which is I already heard the rest with my mate, my uni mate, and my roommate as well. I'm so happy for that because we are already in a normal relationship as we did before. I don't know, before the new semester at uni started, I and her had a hard time when we had some long distance feeling. So after a long time suffering from this uncomfortable situation, I decided to have a heart-to-heart conversation with her, and now we're just back to normal. And I'm so happy for that. I'm still really grateful for what I've just did to regain my normal friendship with her. She's really important to me. So, my unimate, if you're ever listening to my podcast right now, I'm so really grateful for having you back, for having you as my uni mate, being with me in a long journey at uni. Oh my god, it sounds a bit cheesy and cringy. It's not me. Okay, let's move on to the main part of the first episode of Coffee My Podcast today, which is talking about myself, Lauren Dan. Who is Lauren Dan? I know it's a little bit weird to spend the whole episode of the podcast talking about myself, the host of the podcast. But I think actually I was about to get straight to the point by making a normal episode of podcast talking about a real topic. But I suppose that talking about myself is the best way to break the ice and get to know each other better before you're gonna put your trust into me to share some information and your stories. By doing this, I already sent some questionnaires asking about myself to all of my friends who actually near and dear to me. What I mean by all of my friends is that actually I just have a handful of friends, 7 people in total, who are truly near and dear to me. So, because I suppose that they're gonna know myself inside out, or even better than I do know about myself. Actually, never have I ever done this kind of stuff before, so it's a bit weird for me. But and I'm also nervous as well because the answers are anonymous. I didn't know who wrote the answer. Oh my god, who texted me? I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't know who wrote the answer. It's kind of nerve-wracking for me to read all the answers about me. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first question I sent to my friends is what is my best quality? And I got happy, hardworking, kind, play hard, generous, enthusiastic, responsible for working and studying, careful, study well, calming, and honest. Oh my goodness. I don't want to brag about myself, but oh my god, these answers are so lovely. I mean, these definitely compliments that my friends give me, and I really appreciate that. Okay, so the next question is what is my worst quality? I got some answers here. Oh, very sloppy. Actually, yes, I'm really sloppy. I don't know. This is the reason why I procrastinated making my own podcast channel, publishing it. I want to try to make excuse for being sloppy all the time, especially when I hang out with my friends. Okay, one of my friends wrote this answer. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. And I got just a little bit quiet, having a closed life. What does this mean? I think yes, it's a bit related to my outlook I show to people because I always look calming and introvert, but inside me there's energy. I got energy when I hang out with my friends, so yeah, I said it. Next one, how much introvert am I? I got a scale from 0, it's being completely introvert, and 10 is totally extrovert. And the common answer I got is 5. 5 is the middle, right? Like I said earlier, I'm just totally introvert most of the time, but I easily get energy and feel enthusiastic or sometimes being talkative whenever I hang out with my friends or have some conversation with my mates. Yeah. This when I am extrovert. Okay, so I consider myself as an ambivert. Okay, next question. How emotional am I? I got again from 0 to 10, and the most answers I got is 7. Okay, I always consider myself as a kind of person who is more inclined to be emotional all the time. What I mean by this is that I'm basically just indecisive, especially in making important decisions. Sometimes I find it so hard for me to make my own decisions intelligent way. I'm trying to change myself. I'm trying to change myself in a better way to be more decisive and determined in making my own decisions and more dependent in everything I take care of. 7 is not that bad, okay? Okay, next question, how much do I want to be a leader? And the most answers I got is 8. I forgot. I answer have from 0 to 10 and I got 8 for the most answers. Actually, okay, you might think it's a little bit contradictory into my characteristic because on the one hand, I feel like I'm the kind of person who find it really hard to make clever decisions, and sometimes I'm indecisive, and it's difficult for me to make my own decisions. On the other hand, I just enjoy the feeling of being a leader. I just love being a leader who's able to guide and help out my teammates to reach the best achievements at the end of the day. So I don't know. I think I'm kind of good at being a leader, leading my team. Actually, I'm also a leader in some kind of teamwork and my class at uni as well. And I think I'm pretty good at it. So basically, I enjoy being a leader. Okay, next one. Am I a good planner or a spontaneous person? And I got a lot of answers here. Let me read these answers for you guys. Depending on time, good planner. You always make plans for things that might happen in the future, like joining in clubs and working part-time to have something to write in CV, choosing where to study or other skill or languages. Okay, good examples. I think the person who wrote this answer is my uni mate, who definitely know me inside out. Okay, shout out to my uni mate, my roommate. I see you as someone who lives and works according to the plan, choose reasons not to listen to the heart. What? Okay. I think living according to the plan, knowing each other for a long time, seeing that everything you do has a clear goal, and almost everything is done in the most perfect way. I really admire you, hope you always like that. If you can't, you will definitely succeed in many fields. Writing, oh my god, that's so lovely. That's adorable. Who wrote the answer? I really appreciate that. Oh my god, definitely my bestie. My girls. Shout out to my girls who wrote this answer for me. Okay, so for me, I consider myself whether am I a good planner or a spontaneous person definitely depends on each situation. I mean, sometimes I just get straight to the point, just do it. I just don't give a shit about other people or other plan. Okay, if I'm really interested in doing a thing at that time, I just go for it. But in other case, like preparing for the test or doing something big that relates to my career, my academic journey, I definitely like plan out a lot of stuff to do to get after or after reaching my goal after doing this thing. So it really depends. Yeah, it definitely depends. Okay, next question. What subject was I most interested in when I was a secondary and high school student? The most answer are literature and English. Yeah, literature. Yeah. When I was a secondary and high school student, I was really good at literature. I even got so many prizes in competition for students who was really good at literature, Vietnamese literature, I mean. But I was a bit surprised when someone got the answer. English. English was the subject that I was interested in when I was a grader. Now it's not. I was so bad at English when I was a secondary and high school student. I think the person who wrote the answer are my uni mates. who didn't study at the same high school as with me. This answer also reminds me of the time when I put all of my effort to study English to improve my English skills. So now I'm pretty confident in speaking English to making the podcast talking English. And I can say that I'm totally in love with English. Yes? Okay, next question. What am I most proud of? I got some answers. Academic achievement has to kill your sister. Okay. Surely when you get good results, it's worth the effort you put in. Must be academic achievement. Honestly, when I was a high school grader, I really proud of my academic accomplishment that I got. Like I said earlier, I got a lot of prize for junior students who was good at literature, and at that time I thought having so much academic prize was the best way for me to get a well-paid job, to show off myself, to be confident in myself. And this was the reason why I didn't give a shit about my physical appearance at that time. I looked so bad at that time, like hideous girl. But now I'm still trying to get good score at uni and improve my academic achievement. The next one, what outlook do I show to people? And the most answer I got is optimistic. Wow, surprised. I think maybe I smile a lot in front of people. So, and yeah, inside me, I'm still trying to spread energy vibes. And inside me, I'm also trying to show people that I'm optimistic person. Despite the fact that sometimes I feel a bit down or depressed over something, but I don't want to share with other people about things that I'm upset. And I think it's a good idea for me to spread energetic vibe, good vibes to people, the people I love, like my friends, my family members. Next question, what is Lauren Deng most passionate about? And the most answer I got is study and work, build my own podcast, be sure to always study, and on the deadline. What? Why do my friends think that I'm passionate about studying? I'm not. I'm too lazy. Like, I'm not. It's not like I'm totally a nerd. And a friend who wrote, building my own podcast is definitely my hermit because I ramble with her a lot about my my ambition to build my own podcast in English, like talking about stuff and publishing it for such a long time. Okay, shout out to my hermit. It's been 10 years since the first time we met up and made friends with each other. Okay, next we're gonna move on to some last virtual questions. We got who are famous people that Lauren Deng like. I got some really hilarious answers here. Korean actor name, but I don't know. Troye Sivan, yeah, I really love Troye Sivan and I listen to Troye Sivan songs all the time. Especially when I feel depressed, I don't know. I just feel his vibe, the energy he puts in a song is definitely matched with me whenever I feel down again. Who has long hair looks like Conan Gray? Yeah, Conan Gray. I love Conan Gray, and I love hearing Conan Gray songs. It's so good. Famous singers who sing US UK songs but can't remember the name. Okay, is that it? Get some. Oh, my friends definitely know me inside out because they know some of the famous people that I have deepest admiration for and really like them. Okay, I highly recommend you listen to Conan's great songs. I don't know, I'm just obsessed with all of songs of Conan Gray. Yeah. Next question. If I was stuck on the island, who would I bring? Go alone. Me, your best friend. Who wrote that? Of course, I'll definitely bring you. But were you willing to let me bring you to the island with me? My mate? Zip. Yay. Shout out to Zip, who's definitely my homemate. Okay, Zip, if you're listening to the podcast right now, I just want to say I love you so much, my bestie, my mate. She's the person I'm messing about that. It's been 10 years in the first time we met up and made friends with each other. We even established a 10 years friendship anniversary, but due to some stuff coming up, we didn't make it. Doraemon? What? Must be mom. Okay, mom. Bring a teddy bear for example. Okay. Must be parents. Because they have experience to live and survive in it. But with friends, they start looking at each other. So fun. Okay. The next one. What is my favorite movie? Okay, before I read all of the answers here, I just want to say that actually I think I don't have like a particular favorite movie. I just love rewatching a movie called Notebook. Yeah, I love this film. I love the vibe the film that brought to me. If memory serves me right, the first time I watched The Notebook was when I was 17 or 18 years old. Despite the fact that I have never been in a relationship before. Oh my god, it's so embarrassed. I just say the truth. Okay. Now I'm 21, but I have not been in a relationship before. I don't know. But I just love watching some kind of romantic movie that is definitely positive and bring the good vibe, the good energy to me whenever I watch this kind of film. And one of the reasons why this movie, Notebook, has a profound impression on me is because of the main character, who starred by Ryan Gosling. He's so physically and mentally attractive. I mean, because I have never been in a relationship before, barely I fall in love with a guy. But at that time, when I first watched this movie, Notebook, I totally fell in love with Ryan Gosling, who played the main character in Notebook. And he also played the male character in the new Hollywood movie Barbie recently. But sadly, this movie is totally banned in every cinema in Vietnam because it contains a map showing a night dash line of China in South China Sea. So I won't be too upset about not having a chance to watch Barbie because being a Vietnamese person, when I'm studying international relation major at school, I know how important it is when it comes to political issues like sovereignty related stuff. Being a Vietnamese person, my country and patriotism comes first. Next question, what is my favorite book? I think I don't have my favorite book. I suppose that like I'm still in the process of figuring out what kind of book that I really love devouring all the time. I love reading books, but oh my god, it's so embarrassing to say that it's been a long time. I haven't read. My friends also wrote some answers that amazed me a little bit. First one, the book I'm reading. Are you kidding me? How can I know? What kind of book are you reading? I have no idea because I'm not interested in books. Who wrote this answer? Okay. Winning Human Hearts. What? I have never read this book before. Okay, you can't recommend me reading. Another time, my mate, inspirational style books. Not really. I'm not really into this kind of book. Marxist, Leninist, philosophy. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm trying to put all of my effort to read this book and try to perceive the value of philosophy. Okay, I try it. I try in the near future. Thank you, my mate, for your recommendations. Okay. Okay. Last but not least, the question: what is my favorite food? The first answer I get: I can eat anything except the hot thing to chill. Okay, fair enough. I guess everything. Yes, I think I can't eat anything. Some pre-order food and boiled vegetables, pizza, tea, instant noodles. No, I'm not into instant noodles. And I hate eating instant noodles, which is also not good for physical well-being. Who would this answer? You don't know me. So actually, my favorite food is Vietnamese food. I think I can't eat all of the Vietnamese food. Not just because I'm a Vietnamese person, but and I suppose that if you have ever visited my country or tried some Vietnamese food in foreign countries, you definitely fall in love with Vietnamese food, especially pho, right? I think most of foreign people that I know are really in love with pho. I also love eating pho as well. There's different kinds of version of pho in Vietnam. Just come to Vietnam and try different kind of Vietnamese food. It's delicious. And the last question, what country do you like the most to travel to? I go France, Korea, England, United Kingdom, Western countries. I feel like one day I can have enough money to fly to some Western countries and or even spend the rest of my life living in Western countries. I don't know, I just love the ancient architecture of Western countries living and the vibes of people living in this country. I hope one day I can set my foot to travel to France, the UK, or yes. Okay, I think that's it. That's all the questions I give to my friends to ask about me, whether they know me better than me or not. I'm so happy because I suppose that all of my friends know me better than I do about myself. That's it for the first episode of Coffee on Podcast. It's a good introduction for me to get to know you better and for you to get to know me better, right? Okay, to finish up a little bit before we say goodbye to each other, I want to say thank you again to all of my audience who's listening to the first episode of podcast and is gonna following me and Coffee My Podcast in the near future. I hope you have a good time listening to Coffee My Podcast and thank you for being internet friends with me. Over the time when I post every episode of Coffee My Podcast on Spotify and YouTube, I'm supposed to post episodes on Monday every week. I hope to because I'm afraid that there's something like hectic schedules or sudden stuff that ever happens that definitely affects the time when I record and edit the episode of Copy on Podcast. So plus that I'm kind of person when I promise to do something, I literally do anything to get it done. I hope that I can upload episode on Monday in every week without interruption. I'm trying to. Again, thank you for tuning in. Have a nice day and goodbye.